I can't be the only one feeling these things. I can't be the only one feeling these emotions, okay? The Rams have made it through one of the most wild off seasons. And that's not done. The wild off season of the Rams is not done. Even though we're hitting preseason, we're still not quite done. We have another guy who might join us and make a bunch of headlines, of course. But obviously we're ready for the season to start. But are we? Are we ready for the season to start, man? I know this team feels ready. Team feels ready to roll, but as fans, are we as fans ready? And the reason that I ask this question is because this might be historically the most exciting time to be a Rams fan. And in fact, I'd argue with just about anybody about that this is the best era of Rams football. We get to exist during that time. Crazy. That's an absolute blast. But this moment that we're living in, it might be the best that the Rams ever are. This might be the best team that we ever field. And overall, just best era, best everything, best coach in Rams history, probably the best quarterback in Rams history, maybe the best wide receiver duo. I don't know. We've had a lot, I'll give you that. Best defense, maybe. We'll see. That's yet to be proven because last year, we're basing it off of your last game, right? We did make a lot of additions. But we got to let those guys touch the football field and actually be good before we just start doing that. But this is the best era of Rams football. This moment that we are currently living in, touching the start of the season without any on-field reps happening yet, what if this is the best that it gets? What if the hype is the best that it gets? What if we aren't as good as we think we will be or are supposed to be? What if this is the most exciting time? It doesn't feel realistic, but it is certainly not impossible. It does feel like the Rams should go on to win a bunch of football games, probably make the playoffs, and maybe go deep. But it's not guaranteed. Games need to happen for us to be sure, but again, what if this is the best that it gets, man? You aren't really allowed to disagree right now that the Rams are the best team in the NFL. I was having a conversation with my dad. He had mentioned some Chargers writer, he's a Chargers fan. Some Chargers media person mentioned something about, going through the schedule and making their picks and picked the Chargers to beat the Rams. He told me he laughed at that. He was like, no, sure, maybe. We're not probably going to go undefeated. I'll be honest. I don't think we do go undefeated. Probably have some of those games, one or two, where things just aren't going our way. We're going to get everybody's best, so there's pretty good football teams out there. What if somebody's best is better than ours that day? Totally realistic. But I think today, to look at our coaching staff and our roster against any other, you can't say that you're better than us. It's not possible. After games get played, you might be able to say that. But today, before any on-field action has happened, you look at the Rams roster, you look at the Rams coaching staff, Super Bowl's in LA, how close we've gotten the last few years and got better this year. Should be able to beat anybody in this league, honestly. Realistically, we should win every single game. Based on looking at every other team compared to ours, coaching staff and roster, you can look at any other team compared to ours. We do stack up against everybody. The Super Bowl champion just got worse. Their opponent probably stayed about the same. The other AFC championship team, about the same. Didn't really do much. I don't know how many other teams got as much better as the Rams did from a year ago. And we lost the NFC championship game barely. Barely still counts. We still lost. They don't give you, some bonus points because you kept it close, But you take that, all of that information, look at the roster, the way that the Rams treated the offseason, we might still not be done. Who can beat this team, man? I don't know how an opposing fan looks at this roster and says that they can beat us. I mean, I think that's just homerism at its best at that point. I don't see how you can look at another team. And we've been on that side where we've been, having an opponent who is just absolutely phenomenal. Look at that game. It's like, well, it's not impossible for us to win, but that's a damn good football team over there. They probably beat us. I don't think that's unrealistic. So entering a season, this is the best we've ever been. This roster, this coaching staff is better than any team we've ever fielded in the history of the Rams. I do believe that. So part of me is reluctant for the season to begin. We're the undisputed champs right now, but we need to play people to prove that. But can I kind of live in this for a little bit? The offseason kind of went quick for me, man. Yes, I want the season to start, and yes, I think the Rams will have a damn good football season, man. But let's not act like our name is getting carved into the Lombardi right now, okay? That's not the case. We got a lot of snaps, a lot of touchdowns, a lot of missed tackles, a lot of bad days, a lot of injuries, a lot of breakouts that are still ahead of us. There are 31 other teams who won a Super Bowl this year, and maybe 7 or 8 who actually have a real shot at it. But we are overwhelming favorites, and the math still has us at about 12% chance to win it all. With 32 teams in the NFL, that number is phenomenal. But overall, it's not great. So yes, I want this season to start. And yes, I'm so fired up to see what this Rams team is going to do this year. But there is certainly a part of me that's like, oh man, but this living in this right now, living in this moment of we are the best, you cannot argue with me. This is kind of fun. That's all I'm saying.